Ray Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Chakadash. Double honors unto the elder apostles, great millstone, and salutations and much love to you, Akim, out there pushing out this word in truth and sincerity. And I just want to do a quick testimony. This is the brother AHSH here in Tampa of a vision, all right, that I just received, and it was super intense, super vivid dream, and it was pretty much of these last days. A lot of things came to mind, and I'm just gonna let it flow out before I forget it, because it literally just happened maybe 20 minutes ago, if that. Okay, but pretty much it started off, I was moving into some house. It was like some, I don't know, it was weird. It was like some kind of, I don't know, it was a house where multiple people were living in. And I was there with the brother Mayam from the camp, and my mom was there. And then as the dream went on, more people started showing up. More, just random people. Then some dude I know from the world showed up, and I'm wondering, everybody's coming in is all crying. They're all in a woe is me type spirit, and I'm like, what? I'm like, what's going on here? And shit starts popping off. People start fighting inside the house, and the dude that I knew from the world, he had his kid, his baby, a little toddler with him. And I'm like, yo, let's go out the back. All right, let's get out of here. And, so we go out this window in one of the rooms. And when we get out and we get to the streets, all right, there's people rioting. All right, cars are all crashed. Buildings are all, destroyed. It looked like something just happened. And I'm like, what the hell is going on over here? And, at that point, I don't know where the guy went. But for some reason, I was holding his kid. And I see there's people running down the streets. People are just running through the streets, rioting. People are starting to loot. And it literally looked like, it was a big accident. Cars everywhere, shit's on fire. It's like a post-apocalyptic movie scene, as it's happening. Okay. And I see some of his family members, the guy that I knew in the world. So they ran up to me, and this is in the midst of people, rioting and looting. All people are fighting each other, and I see, I give the baby back to his family, and I'm asking people, like, what the hell happened here? What's going on here? And that people start telling me, oh, you didn't feel it, you didn't see it, and people are, they're hurt. They don't know what the hell's going on. They don't know what. And I'm going to this building and start asking more people, yo, what happened here? Because it looked like a damn something great big happened. All right, there's cars ran into buildings, fires. All right, some buildings are falling. All right, all kind of chaos and destruction. All right, utter confusion. So as the people start telling me what they saw and what happened, they're kind of describing an earthquake. But I was like, what? And they're like, you didn't feel it? I said, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. And the people were, while they were describing it to me, they were afraid. They were like, you didn't see it? I was like, so what? It was an earthquake? The ground was shaking? And they were like, no, it was coming from the water. It was coming from the ocean. And they instantly, I knew what they were, in the dream, I instantly knew what they were talking about. They were talking about Leviathan. So, and it reminded me of this, the movie Godzilla, the one that came out back in 2014, when the final battle scene, when he's fighting that creature. And if you look at that movie and you see how the city was, that's how pretty much it was in the dream. And so I instantly knew They were talking about Leviathan, and they're like, yeah, we they didn't really want to describe Leviathan because they were in such fear. But I knew what they were talking about, because when they said that it was from the sea, that all this quake and shit, the shaking was from the sea. But they were talking about Leviathan. So, but I didn't, in the dream, I didn't see Leviathan. I'm just seeing the aftermath of him doing something. I don't know what it was, but it caused people to go into chaos and to panic. So then I meet up with another brother, brother Arya, in the camp, and I'm telling him, and he's hearing these things that I'm hearing, that as people are trying to explain it to us while they're just shitting their pants. And me and this brother, we're just calm and collective, and which brings Isaiah 33:6 to mind. So we go outside again, and it's like it's daytime now, because at that time, when I went into the building, it was nighttime. When I came out the back window and had the baby and gave him to the peoples. Pretty much it was dark. The sun, it was like dusk. The sun had already gone down. But when now me and this brother step outside again, it's daytime, and it's utter chaos. Even worse now, and now you see military jets. Okay, you see helicopters, and people. It's just utter confusion. And me and the brother, we're just running up the street, and we see there's a jet, and it's out in the distance, and he's starting to turn around towards us, and we hide under this bridge. And then the jet comes, and they start just unloading bullets, and we can see that if we wouldn't have hid there, we would have been slain by them bullets. But so I couldn't really see people. People were getting butchered out there though, by each other and the military. So the jet goes by. We get up, we keep it moving, and that's as I can't really remember too much of the rest of the dream, but I do remember that they were rounding the people up and taking them into buildings, and it was pretty much like mandatory. This is for your protection type shit, and they were just rounding them up in these buildings, that's them concentration camps. I can't remember too much of the rest of the dream, because I heard what woke me up out of the dream is I heard a doorbell. I heard a doorbell ring. So I woke up and I thought it was my door, but ain't no doorbell was ever rung. Nobody was at the door, because somebody else is here at the house. I asked, hey, somebody at the door? Did the doorbell ring? And they say no. Okay, so that's what woke me up, and that thought me. Well, let me get the scripture. That's Yahushai, man. All right. This is Revelation 3:20. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him and he with me. So, hey, Yahushua is at the door, man. He's about to come like a thief in the night. But what? Those that, hear the voice, and open up the door to Yahushua, they're going to be able to make it through this time of tribulation that's about to take place. Okay? Because, hey, this is spirit, because me and the brother Ariad that was in the dream, we did a video last night about great judgment coming. All right? And I truly believe that these chaotic scenes, all right, this straight utter destruction is coming to this place, man. All right? Let me bring out a precept that I brought out last night, because this is exactly what I saw in the dream. 2 Ezra 8:50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. All right, so, and that's what the dream consisted of. Just many great miseries. Everywhere you looked, there was some kind of misery going on. People not knowing what to do, crying, lamenting. Men, women, children, just getting put to death. All right, if a neighbor turning against neighbor, it was utter chaos, man. As soon as I woke up, as I'm going to check the door, I'm just thinking Kahalai how Bashim Yal Shai. Because it was a beautiful dream. All right. This is 2 Ezra 15:15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So there's going to be confusion, all right? There's going to be fighting, chaos in these last days, people fighting against each other, all right? And nobody's going to care about, what's on CNN in that day. Nobody's going to care what Donald Trump got to say. They're just going to be seeking shelter, trying to live. And it's going to be sedition among men. It's going to be utter chaos. Verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. All right. And that's what I seen in the dream. The military was, they were everywhere. They were telling you where to go and where you couldn't go. Verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And that's crazy, man. I could just tell the people were afraid by the countenance, the way they were trying to explain things to me. They were afraid to utter the appearance of Leviathan, man, because it was so terrifying unto them. And that's the days we're coming into, man. These last days, the troublesome day, the time of Jacob's trouble. All right, the end of this world as we know it. Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And that was it, man. That was what I've seen in the dream, man. People were lining, squaring up to fight in the streets. It was chaos, man. It was like a movie. Just everywhere I looked, something was going down, and nothing good. And they were afraid, because when they're afraid, all right, they go into that fight or flight mode, all right. And most people, they have that instinct to try to defend themselves, so to say, and they're gonna go all out, demons, man. And it was beautiful how they were all shook up from what Leviathan did. I don't know, like I said, I can't say exactly what Leviathan did in the dream, because I didn't see him, and I wasn't even aware of why people were panicking. But I was all calm and collective, but apparently they had seen Leviathan do something, come up out of the water, do something, and the people went into straight chaos. All right, and these visions are going to increase. Well, really, it's peaking, because these visions are going to start to become reality. All right, so let me just finish up on this. Joel chapter 2, verse 28. And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, your young men shall see visions. And that's what it is, man. These visions are being multiplied unto the peoples of the world, all nations, all right, of these last days that are at hand, and they're becoming reality now. So with that, brothers, feel free to go into the dream. I know I've done a couple of videos about my dreams, and brothers have always gone deeper into them, but hey, Lord's will, this was edifying and exhorting, man, that we're that much closer to the day of the Lord, all right, and to the judgments that he's gonna bring, including Leviathan, man. And it's gonna be a fearful sight for these people. And if you don't have Yahweh Shem Yahushai with you, you're gonna be freaking out, man. All right, you're not gonna know what to do, and you're gonna die. So Lord's will, we be those men ordained from the foundations of the earth, all right, to receive this reward that Yahushai is bringing. All right. Okay, so with that, Shalom. Mawat Lababal.